On this week's Keepin' It Real, Cam has been away lately, but just got back from spring break with his kids. Imagine a cruise ship wrecked on a beach and they turned it into a hotel.
Imagine a Carnival Cruise ship out at sea, loaded with passengers, headed full speed for the coast of the Dominican Republic, and crashing ashore not far from Punta Cana. Then, rather than clean up the mess, they turned the wreckage into a hotel, added a bunch more swimming pools, and put loud Bose speakers everywhere, and called it the Hard Rock All-Inclusive Sodom and Gomorrah Resort and Hotel Punta Cana. That's where I was last week, and that's not the actual name, by the way. Now, I know very clearly how I sound right now, all fleuf de fleuf and high and mighty and all that, very snobby, very nose in the air. I get it. But have you been there? If your answer's no, let me tell you. It's a tradition of my kids' high school that the senior class gathers and heads to the Caribbean with their parents for spring break. I've conveniently excused myself from my two oldest kids' trip, but was urgently requested to go with my wife and our twins last week. I was one of about 55 people that joined together for the trip. This resort boasts nearly 2,000 rooms, a dozen or so pools, one casino, a water park, countless shops, a pile of restaurants, and one nightclub, and all the cheap alcohol you can possibly hold. My kids ate whenever and wherever and whatever they wanted. They learned where the adults would be hanging out and found a different place to hang out far, far away. They bathed late in the evening and then headed to the nightclub each night after it opened at 10 p.m. and came home in the early hours laughing about what they had all just done together. They were in heaven. My wife and I, sleeping together in a twin bed, which was closer than the two of us had slept to one another in decades, asked few questions when they got in, mainly because we were sunburned, tired, and begging to get back to a poor sleep, knowing that the music outside our room would start very early. And it did. The rock and roll music begins promptly at 7 a.m. and is played resort-wide. We know this because we had one of those Bose speakers right outside our balcony. Each balcony, by the way, comes with a bathtub on it. After nightfall, everyone walking on the sidewalks looked at the heads of the people in their bathtubs up on their balconies, wondering if anybody had any clothes on. We drew conclusions based on their giggles. Saturday night, we finally arrived back in Mobile. I can't remember ever being so tired. My sunburned body looked like a bad Picasso painting, where I mist with the suntan lotion all over my chest and back. From my bed, I heard my wife ask my favorite youngest daughter her favorite part of the trip. She said it was dancing with Dad in the nightclub the night before we left. So it was all worth it. I'm Cam Marston, just trying to keep it real.
To hear more commentaries, search for Keepin' It Real with Cam Marston on your favorite podcast app or follow Cam Marston on social media.